has put me over the edge. So in other words, the challenge in the insurance industry has been, actually, we've seen this coming over several months, actually probably closer to a year. And we've been addressing it. I've got a couple of emails, significant emails from some members with large multifamily buildings. I've been talking to lots of members, and here's what's happening. The insurance industry is challenged to insure buildings, particularly multifamily residential, as an apartment or even condos. So here's the heads up around this. I want to share this with you. This was from a good friend of mine, and I'll call him an insurance insider. At the end of the day, he's an insurance broker, but he's third generation. This guy's been around the block. He knows what the hell is going on. I've worked with him in the past in troubleshooting with a couple of real estate investors / RAIN members. And this is the email, I'll kind of give an overview. Patrick, I'm now in the same boat as your members and other insurance brokers. I have a $15 million brand new condo building, and I cannot place the coverage. I've contacted every insurance wholesaler in Canada, and I can only find about 4.8 million of the coverage.
This is a big deal. This is a huge deal.
Huge. This falls on the tail of a couple things. Now, I own some condos that I've had for a number of years. I just talked to a RAIN member who did a building in Fort McMurray. I just talked to some guys out east. Here's the thing. Deductibles. Can you get insurance on a building? So if you own a condo in a building, your strata has to insure that building. And guess what's happening? Deductibles, rates have gotten so high that deductibles have gone up. So in our building that I own in Edmonton, the deductible, I got the letter Monday. Our deductible for the building is $150,000. Our rate went up. I don't know the exact number. I want to say the annual rate went up 50 grand. Guess who carries the cost of that? As a condo owner, I do. Strata. Guess what? My condo fees went up. My condo fees are going up again. So all of that's why this is such a huge issue, JG, and it causes a ripple effect that's pretty significant.
So it's a big deal for multifamily buildings that are in the millions, 5, 10, 15 plus $1 million. Yeah. Big deal. There are some reports, Patrick, that some of them cannot get any insurance. And folks, if you can't get insurance, that means you can't get a mortgage. If you can't get a mortgage, that means you're going to have to find other ways. I mean, this is a big deal.
This is really, really getting serious. And here's the fundamental: is the MLAs, the government, they're turning a blind eye to it as if it's not existing. It raises into question a number of things. What is CMHC doing? So how do you insure a building? And if you have a building that, let's say, you've had for 10 years, you can't, and now guess what? You can't get insurance for it. What happens? What does the bank say? Because the bank says, I can't refinance, I can't finance that deal if you can't get insurance. Well, I can't get insurance. You hold existing mortgage. What do? Close the doors? And if I can't get insurance, what does it mean to me on a liability issue should something happen? Like, everybody's exposed. Now, I've done a lot of, I've had hours of conversations, JG, as you know, leading up to this. This today was like, are you kidding me? This is
the straw that broke the camel's back, or Patrick's back in this case.
Kidding me? Now, we talk about, all these issues the government talks about affordability. We need affordability in our housing because guess what? There's people that are no longer able to afford rents. They can't afford to buy. They're stuck. Well, as a rental housing provider, we need to be able to go in. Well, now the point, we're handcuffed. We literally are at risk of not being able to insure a building, buy a building. So talk about affordability. Well, guess what? Affordability rests right now in the hands of the insurance companies as just one example. How does a landlord who's got a lot of money tied up in a building pay an exceptionally high premium? I'm talking about 100%, 200% increase in rates of insurance premiums and still build and renovate a property, keep it safe for the people living in it. Like there's only so much money to go around. And if all that money is going to insurance premiums, somebody's going to suffer. There's a place that has to happen. Otherwise, what happens to the investor? You know, they have to pay bills too.
Now we're going to talk about this, folks. We are going to dig a little deeper into this at Acre. This is, like I said, this is a developing story. We've been knowing about this for some time. More and more is happening. A lot of people a lot of investors are diving into multifamily. We're going to talk about that because this could be a possible issue for those people. So we're going to talk about all this at Acre Vancouver. This is why Acre Vancouver is important. These are the kinds of real facts and real shit that pop up at, and we got to address
something to be aware of. So if you own a condo, just know that you may own a condo in a building of 100 units or 50 units or 400 units. That whole building, that strata, is going to bump up against a insurability issue.
Yep.
And you as that single condo owner are going to be part of what bears the brunt of that increase.
And if you're only $20, $30 cash flow positive and your condo fees are going up to $300, $100, $75, you may be underwater real quick in this place on a month-to-month basis.
Yeah, our strata actually in the letter, I wish I should have pulled it out and had it in front of me, but paraphrasing what they said our deductible is now $150,000.
Yeah.
If your condo springs a leak and it ruins the unit below and causes some common area issues, just know that we're going to have to pay the bill.
Yeah, because 150 grand, you're not gonna pay that on a $20,000-$30,000 issue. I mean, you can afford it. So that's crazy.
Very, very. So the story is developing. We're in it. We're on it. We're working really hard in the background. It is a very serious issue. It's starting to get more serious. It's starting to show up more and more. And so we'll be talking about it a lot more in the weeks and months to come.
And details provided at Acre Vancouver. We'll see everybody there. Patrick, thanks for making the time to do this, bud.
Thanks, JG. Appreciate it.